Oh, it's you know, a joy and a privilege, and you know, I was blessed to have a very understanding family who was sort of used to waving goodbye to me in the middle of July and saying hello to me in the middle of September. And of course, you know, one misses the summer and the passing of the summer, but no, I mean a privilege, and you know, you can say, blimey, you know, you were in the same room, you know, pre-concert, and then in the same seats for 2 months for every single night, for 7 years in my case. Um, but you know, to suggest, as some would hint in saying that's a hardship. You know, if you are like if you're putting on events and you expect people to pay for tickets, the very least you can do is actually turn up and experience them yourself. And yeah, it was a joy. I mean, apart from the passion of, sort of sharing all of that love of music, I think the joy of working with that audience, you know, which everybody singles out to be, and we've got a similarly, you know, passionate, caring, and loyal audience in Snape and in Aldborough, who just trust you that if you're putting something on, you know, actually, even if they've never heard of composer X or artist Y, they trust you to come along, is the best sort of audience to work with. And the great sense of just the scale of the operation, which, you know, when you're in the middle of it, you don't really, you know that it's a big operation. But I remember the first year that, you know, I opened up a proms guide, which I think was probably last year. I got to see the prom season that never happened. I was very kindly sent a guide, and that was the first time that I'd seen a set of plans, because of the timescale, where I knew nothing of what was going to be. I mean, of course, I knew a bit from friends in the industry, but actually, when you begin to flick through, when you're outside it, and you go through, you know, the wonderful concert after concert, you know, and then you think, crikey, what an enormous festival. You realize you're only halfway through the guide, and that this is live on radio, and so much of it's on television, and the delivery online. It's just an enormous thing, and the impact of the sense of scale and size, you know, really did land on me, you know, a few years after I left, and it's all too easy just to take it for granted, and also all too easy, you know, not to have clocked, you know, how much the BBC subsidizes the proms. People think when they see a packed Albert Hall, oh, well, there's a nice little money earner for the BBC, and haven't worked out, you know, just what the gap between income, because there's no sponsorship, because there's no advertising, etc. You know, the gap between the cost of putting the concerts on and the ticket income is enormous. So yeah, it's a very special thing. 36 Pod.